Hey you guys, welcome to the first live video from school because I'm recording at school. I'm so excited. And this video will be about some or any. It's not easy to translate these words into Dutch. They mean something like enkele, enige, wat. I can give you some examples in the sentences, maybe that helps. I have some chocolate. Ik heb wat chocola. I don't have any crisps. Ik heb helemaal geen enkele chips. So something like enkele, enige wat. And there are two ways of saying that in English, and that's some and any. And I'd like to look at the rules with you guys. This looks like a lot, but it's actually okay because it's quite, well, I'll just tell you and then you'll see. We use some when a sentence is positive, a positive statement. So something like, I have some chocolate. That means that there is no negation, ontkenning, and it's also not a question. So we call that a positive statement. We use any for the other two. So if something is a negative statement, a negation, it uses the word not, then you use any. So I don't have any chocolate. If it's a question, you also use any. Do you have any chocolate? There is only one tiny little exception to that, and that's if the question is more politeness. So not really because you want to know the information, but because you're trying to be civilized, friendly, or polite. For instance, when you ask someone in a house or you're a guest, may I have some water? You expect them to say yes, because, well, who says no to that, really? So in those cases, you use some as well, but most questions, say 95% of the questions, real questions where you don't know the answer, you use any. So basically, we use some if it's a positive statement, maybe a normal sentence is a good way to describe it. We use any for negation and for questions, and only if the question is not a real question, we use some. And that's the whole thing. And I suggest you write this down, by the way, because otherwise you're not going to remember this. So perhaps put me on pause for a second, write it down in your notebook, and then carry on, because the next bit is going to be to practice this. Okay, I'm ready for it. Let's go. Here we go, the practice part. Oh, bubble over my face. I'm going to be between the bubble now, but it's okay because I don't have to say much. Anyways, some practice sentences, you have to choose whether to fill in some or any. So make sure you look at the sentence. Is it a positive statement? Is it a question? Is it a negation? And if it's a question, by the way, also check if it's a real question for information. Dus is het een positieve zin? Is het een negatieve zin, dus een ontkende zin? Is het een vraag? En als het een vraag is het een oprechte vraag of is het een vraag waarop je het antwoord ja verwacht? Put me on pause for a second, do the assignment, and then start again. You've started me again, I assume, so that means you must be done. So it's time for answers. There you go, my face is back again without a bubble. Let's have a look. So sentence number one was, do we need any rice? Because it's a question, and it's a genuine question. Een oprechte vraag, so any. I got some nice presents for my birthday. I don't see the word not. I don't see a question mark, so this must be a positive statement, so some. The same goes for sentence three. The word not is not in there. It's not a question, so this is a positive statement, so use some. In sentence four, I see the word not, but it's hidden. Whoa, did you hear the bell as well? That's because I'm in school. If you didn't hear it, the bell just rang. Anyways, I was saying in sentence four, you have the word not. It's hidden in the word don't, so don't have. That means that this sentence is a negation and therefore we use any. Don't have any food on your clothes. In five, the word not is hidden in can't, cannot. So again, we use any. In six, we have a positive statement again, so some. And then in 7 and 8, we finally get questions again. 7 is a genuine question, so that one's any. But in 8, we have a question that's not a real question. Mum, may I have some bread? If it's sort of lunchtime, your mum will probably say yes. So I'd say some for that one, because it's more of, you're asking more out of politeness. Vraag meer om uit beleefdheid. Having said that, that's all there is to say about some and any. So you probably have something to practice with from your teacher. So go do that. For now, it's time for the end screen, and I'll show you the end screen is here. There we go. Bye bye.